before starting, so as part of this course, what exactly we are going to discuss? Let me list out all those things. After that, we understand about the basics of the Salesforce platform. Okay. First, as part of this Salesforce course, there are 3 modules. So one is the admin, the other one is development, the other one is lightning. So this lightning is also developed, which is related to UI, user interface. And the prerequisite to learn development, some people they are saying they want to start with the development, but the prerequisite to learn about development is administration. Some people again they are asking they want to learn only lightning development, but the prerequisite to learn about lightning is about development. So as part of the development course, we discuss about the programming basics and database commands and so many other basics related to development. So that we don't discuss as part of this lightning course. Okay. And also many people they ask about the integration, right? So integration is included as part of this development. So in development, I also explain about integration. So some people they are asking about only integration. At present, I am not providing separate course for integration. As part of the development, by default, I explain about integration. So just to understand these things. Okay, so this lightning development is this lightning course is for the development. Again, when I say lightning course, people are thinking that administration also actually as part of the admin there are 2 different user experience. When Salesforce started from long time, one of the look and feel is there, the application. That one at present they are calling as classic, Salesforce classic. And now if anyone register, if you join in some new projects, most of the clients they are using lightning experience. So that one we call as that kind of experience we call as lightning experience. So as part of the administration course, I explain about both the so mostly lightning experience we use, and wherever it is needed, I switch to classic experience and also show how we can work. Okay, so as part of this administration, the configuration part of the classic and lightning experience will be covered. And also as part of this development, I also explain about the basics of the lightning development. Okay, so not in depth, so basics of the lightning development. So again in the lightning there are 2 types of frameworks. Okay, so one is ARA components, ARA components and ARA applications, that is one course. And also LWC means lightning web components, which is even more latest. So these 2 we use to develop the UI. Okay, so I only explain about the basics as part of this. And if you want in-depth understanding about this, so I have a separate course, and the duration of this course is 45 days. Okay, in detail we discuss. Okay, and the duration for this administration is 3 weeks. And the duration for this development plus integration plus all these basics is about 7 weeks. Okay, and only for these demo sessions, mostly I explain theoretically or by typing. But after the demo sessions, or maybe so at the end of the demo session, I start with the practical examples, configuring. So administration means most of the times we configure. So there are different tools available. Step by step, we configure and so discuss about it. Everything is practical. I take some requirements. Based on that requirements, how we can achieve. I'll explain the different concepts which we need to know as part of the administration. Okay. So just understand, and also about the material, right? I provide the soft copies. Okay. So first of all, So we need to register for one of the account to discuss about all these topics. As part of this batch, I'm going to register for one of the new account. Once I register, I provide that account access to everyone. Whoever joins this course, for everyone, I give access to that account. You can log in and access the applications or whatever we created in the session. You can see all those things, and also on day-to-day basis, notes and screenshots. So some people they ask for the navigations. So step-by-step screenshots, everything. Once you log into that account, you can start accessing them. That account access I give after the demo sessions. Once you confirm to join, so that time I provide access so that you can log in and access all those material. So wherever it is possible. So I just ask you to bookmark one of the URL. Okay, so I have. So just that is the base to start with the Salesforce. So all the basics, step by step, whatever you need to know. So I have here first you need to so just visit to get the access of that account. So just you need to enter your registered email address so that you can start accessing the account. And also some of the material. So I'll explain in detail before ending the demo sessions. So about the material, I give access to this soft copies wherever it is needed. You can log in, and I also provide some of the PDF documents. I also send emails about some of the material. Okay, so in different ways I'll share. Okay, so that is about that part. So now, so let's understand about the Salesforce platform basics. So as part of the first 3 demo sessions, since we should know about someone, if they are new to Salesforce, will be having many questions. So what exactly is the Salesforce, right? So how is the market, and what is the terminology, right? So how the project starts, how it is different from Java or .NET or some other applications. Do we need to install any softwares, right? So those are the primary questions. So we discuss about all those things. Okay. So let me start the PPT. This is PPT. Okay. So first of all, Salesforce is a software company. Okay, so they have headquarters in San Francisco. That company, by following the cloud computing concept. So cloud computing is a concept. So everything we do in internet, such kind of process we call as cloud computing. So cloud is nothing but internet. A pictorial representation of the internet is cloud. Okay, so if you see some diagrams, internet always they represent with cloud, right? So nothing but internet computing. Meaning is, if you have internet, you can start developing, you can start configuring, you can start accessing the application. No need to install anything in the local system. So if you have mobile, if you have tab, if you go to some other place, and if you have internet, as soon as you have internet, you can start accessing the application. So as an end user, right? So there are different types of users. End user means who consume the application. Okay. So for example, so Coca-Cola is one of the client for Salesforce. The employees who work in Coca-Cola, right, on day-to-day basis, they use the application which is developed on Salesforce platform. Those are the end users, right? So one of the user, if they join in Coca-Cola and they know that they are using Salesforce to manage the application, so they need to know about that, right? End users are the, suppose a testing team, right? As a tester, they got chance to test the Salesforce application. So at least they should know how to log in, what is the terminology, right? Where to access, so all those things. So the testing team, or as an administrator, sometimes in other countries, US and some other countries, you see the admin opportunities. So administrators means they manage the application. Suppose say one of the new employee joins, right? To onboard that employee, they need to create one account for to access the Salesforce application. To provide access, so for different employees, they maintain different permissions. To provide the access, again, they need one administrator to manage the users and the activities of the application. So those administrators also, right? So and also here, as part of this course, whatever the administration I'm talking, so not only providing such kind of support, okay, so we also configure. They want some automated emails, right? Automated SMS, some of the options. So all those things as an administrator to configure, as a developer. So everyone, so they use this application. So all those people, all those kind of users, as soon as they have internet, they can access Salesforce. Okay, so it is based on the cloud computing concept. If someone asks, you cannot say I'm working on cloud computing. So cloud computing means it is like a approach. So if I say I'm working for programming, next question, which program? Right? .NET. .NET is developed by Microsoft. Java is developed by Sun Microsystem. Now it is acquired by Oracle. Right? So if you say cloud computing, so cloud computing, which technology? Just right. Salesforce is a technology developed by Salesforce company. Right. So this course is from Salesforce. Salesforce is a company. They are providing one of the product. So based on the cloud computing concept. Okay. So as part of the cloud computing, you see the terminology like SaaS, PaaS, like that, right? SaaS means software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service, right? So software as a service means, you see any web application, you can say that it is a software as a service. Gmail, Facebook, Twitter, right? Whatever we use on day-to-day basis. So all those are examples for the software as a service. Without internet, you cannot see the latest information. Facebook, Gmail, you cannot check your latest emails. Right? Internet is needed. So all those are the examples for the software as a service. But suppose say if you take Facebook, right? Facebook is the company providing Facebook application. Anyone can register by providing their details and they can access, right? But I want to customize this application as per my requirement. Is that possible? So one of the page, I want to develop my own in my own way as per my requirement. It is not possible. So they are providing this application as a service. If you like that application, you can register and use it, right? So if you don't like, then you need to find out some other options. Okay. So such kind of companies. So, but some of the companies, they also provide platform to configure those applications as per the user needs or customer needs. Okay. So that time we say that is platform as a service. So whatever the applications provided by the platform, Facebook is providing Facebook application, Twitter is providing Twitter application, right? Salesforce also provide some of the applications. So, but Salesforce is one of the company. Whatever the applications they provide, they allow those applications to configure as per the client requirements. So that is the concept. So platform as a service means they provide the environment where you can customize the applications provided by the platform. Infrastructure as a service means providing hardware as a service. Suppose say I use Google Drive, right? So up to 15 GB I can store. So I want to store beyond that. If you want to store beyond that, you need to purchase. There are different plans, 100 GB, 1 terabyte. So based on that, suppose I'm ready to buy, but I want 100 GB, right? So I can buy. So Google is one of the company. They are providing infrastructure as a service. So the 100 GB, where is that 100 GB? So they maintain in their servers. So server rooms, if you see this image, they maintain big rooms to keep all the hardware in the server room. Okay. So you see terabytes of memory, not only memory, RAM, processor. So all those things can be distributed through internet. So this is one of the example. Google Drive is memory. They provide memory if you pay more money, right? Dropbox is also one of the company. You can register and purchase the memory. But some of the companies like Citrix, VMware, are some of the companies. Sometimes if you join in some of the projects, directly we don't work in our local system. So first we log into our account. So after that we open one of the website like Citrix some of the websites, and in that we enter the credentials and click on login, so that it will be connected to client system. So you can maximize your screen, so that in client system also they might be using Windows 10 or Windows 7 based on the client. You see their environment. So you see the memory, you see the applications installed. So some of the banking clients especially, so they don't allow to work in our local system, right? So we need to open one of the website and provide the credentials based on if it is Citrix or VMware. We need to provide the credentials so that it will be connected to the client environment. So client, they maintain all that hardware in their server, okay, virtually through internet. All we need to have is we should have internet to connect to their environment. So through internet, they are distributing the processor, RAM, memory, everything, operating system, right? So so such kind of services we call as infrastructure as a service. So just understand that. Okay. So next option. So software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. So all this cloud computing approach works in a multi-tenant environment. So multi-tenant means same. If you see in practical, if you see, so apartment. Right? You take apartment. So everyone having their own flat, but there is a common place, right? So function hall and so water. So water they use in common, right? So some of the things they share. In the same way, in the cloud computing approach, they maintain servers. Okay, so to provide the application or to distribute the hardware internally, they need to maintain the servers. When any client register, multiple clients get the server space in the same server. Suppose say I'm taking account in Dropbox. They allocate 1 terabyte. Suppose if you also take license, you will also get 1 terabyte. Suppose say you are purchasing 1 terabyte. Okay, so maybe for us both of our memory might be from the same server, right? So we are not taking entire server license. We are taking some of the hardware from that server, right? So such kind of approach we call as a multi-tenant approach. In this cloud computing, that is possible. So due to that, instead of taking entire server as a service, so entire server if you want, you need to pay a lot of money. So if you pay only for whatever you need from that server, so whatever they charge is less. So based on that concept, this cloud computing will work. So that is the reason most of the clients, most of the companies, they are making use of this cloud computing concept and providing the different types of services. Okay, so Salesforce is also one of the software company, but they are not providing all these services. They are providing only software as a service and the platform as a service. They are not providing infrastructure as a service. Okay, so software as a service. So what they are providing CRM applications as service. Salesforce is famous for CRM. Salesforce is #1 CRM platform at present. Okay, they provide these CRM applications as a service, and also to configure, to customize those applications as per the client requirements. They also provide the platform. That platform they are calling as force.com platform. So using that platform, we can customize the CRM applications, whatever they provide. Okay, so these two are the services they provide. Any client, they can register and make use of these services. Okay, so first let's understand about, since I am saying that they provide CRM applications. So what is CRM? That we should know, right? So CRM full form is customer relationship management. Okay. So not only Salesforce, right? In general, any business. So there are many other companies. They are also providing applications based on the CRM. Okay. So Microsoft Dynamics and SAP CRM and Oracle CRM, but those are flapped in market. So now SAP CRM, I think is not there. Oracle CRM, no one is using. But the nearest competitor for Salesforce CRM is Microsoft Dynamics. Okay, but so most of the it is far away from Salesforce. Okay, so most of the market share is with Salesforce at present for CRM. So let's understand any business. If you before discussing all these things, if you think about any business, suppose say mobile business, right? So laptop business, furniture business, hotel, right? So one of the company, so who is providing training, right? So any kind of, suppose internet, Airtel, right? They provide internet services. So any business you take, they use CRM. Almost any company, whatever is running, so they maintain. There is a CRM process. Okay, so when you suppose, for example, take Airtel, right? Airtel company, they provide internet and also they provide mobile services, right? But let's talk about internet, right? Airtel internet. So to introduce about Airtel, suppose previously they are into telecom, right? So but they also want to provide internet connections. So first, how they go in market? So what is the first phase to introduce any product or any plans in the market? First, they need to start with the campaign. So people should know that Airtel is providing high speed internet broadband services, right? So for that, they need to campaign. If you see some of the you see flyers, pamphlets, you see in front of the grades, they keep some boards, right? And also internet advertisements, paper advertisements. So different types of campaigns, right? So any CRM process starts with campaign. Campaign means advertisements. So assume that campaign is one of the table. So there is a table called campaign. So they want to organize all their advertisements, right? So they started broadband services 4 years back. Suppose assume that from 4 years, whatever the campaigns, whatever the advertisements they are providing, how much they are investing. So all those things they need to maintain, right? So assume that campaigns is a table, all those advertisements, whatever they are maintaining, whatever the advertisements they are giving, whatever they are spending. So all that they store in one of the table called campaign. Okay. So advertisement can be, so CRM process starts with campaigns. So high level, if you want to divide pre-sales and the post-sales. Pre-sales means before selling the product. So in each and every stage, what is happening? That is pre-sales. Post-sales means after selling the product. So what is happening? That is post-sales. As part of the pre-sales, first they need to introduce their product in the market, right? So first they need to launch. So suppose say previously Airtel providing only 10 Mbps internet. Now they are ready to provide 100 Mbps internet. Right? So people should know that they are providing high speed internet. They need to introduce. They need to campaign in the market so that people can know about that. So first, that can be done through different advertisements. So flyers, hoardings, right? In different ways. Internet advertisements. Sometimes when you are accessing some of the website, they'll say high speed internet only for 700, something like that. Right? So and paper advertisements and the sponsoring for some of the events, right? So these are the different ways. So based on the company, they follow those types of marketing strategies. They give different advertisements. For that, they invest money, right? Suppose say they are investing $10,000 for the advertisements to introduce across India, across other countries. So due to that, again, they expect return on investment, right? So they're spending $10,000, but they're expecting $100K in return. Okay, so like that, so they give advertisements. Once after giving the advertisements, people start responding to the advertisements, right? By seeing the advertisement, since I'm not happy with my current internet, so I can call and I can inquire, right? So, and I'll try to contact with them. So whenever you try to call any Airtel representative, so they will collect our details, and frequently you get calls about offering the internet, right? So the response from the campaign is nothing but a lead. Lead is a response from the campaign. So it can be, we can call, we can visit their website and submit a form, right? We can send as SMS in WhatsApp. Nowadays, most of the companies, they are also available in WhatsApp. I can ping in WhatsApp, right? Also, when I visit the website, so if you see some of the websites live chat, right? Immediately, so they'll try to get your details. Different ways leads will come. Suppose say this is one of the website. They can fill that form. They can also chat. So whenever you try to chat, immediately they ask for email address, mobile number, right? So your name, and in the form also whatever the information they need, so they ask, right? So, and also through some of the social media campaigning, different ways, right? So people try to respond. So that response is nothing but the lead. And also lead can be a person or a company. So suppose say as an individual, I want internet, right? I'll respond to the campaign. Suppose one of the software company, so one of the company for their business, right? So they want internet. So for that again, so behalf of the company, one of the person will respond. So the lead can be individual or the company. Behalf of the company, some of the person will also respond. Okay. So, and once after getting the lead, they will try to call on daily basis to check for your interest, right? They'll explain about their product and try to convince. If you show some interest on their product, so that means, so since you are showing interest, they will convert you as customer. Sometimes you say, I don't want. So just I have responded, but I am not interested. So they'll stop interacting. Sometimes you will say, call me after 1 week, right? Immediately after 1 week, they'll call, right? So if you show some sort of interest, that time lead can be converted into account, contact, and opportunity. Someone who is showing interest will be converted as account, contact, and opportunity. So what is account? Account means company, right? On behalf of one of my company, we need internet for Airtel, right? I'll approach Airtel behalf of my company. So I'll provide my company details and also my details. So my company details will store in account. Okay. So my personal details will be stored in contact. In future, if I am not available from my company, the other person from my company can be in touch with them, right? So one account can have multiple contacts. So here basically account is a company, contact is a person, and the opportunity is a deal. So what you want? I want internet. So which plan you want, right? I want 100 Mbps speed, right? So I want unlimited GB, right? So there are some plans. Which plan you want? We select that, right? So that they capture as part of the opportunity. So opportunity is a deal. Let's understand about account. So account can be a company, or sometimes account can be an individual. So in general, sometimes Airtel, if you take Airtel, they do business with the directly individual and also a company. So there is a concept called the person account. So going forward, we'll discuss. So this account can be by default account is a company. We can also make that one as person. There are some settings I'll explain going forward. And the contact is for sure it is a person. the persons who are working in that company are the contacts. Then the opportunity is a deal. So what you want? So which products you want? How much quantity you want? So all those things will store as part of the opportunity. It is a deal. Okay, so next, once after explaining about the product, next, if you are satisfied with the plan, next you ask for the price. So what is the price, right? So I take for 1 year, but I want discount. So you can ask like that, right? I continue for 5 years, long term. I want more discount. So they negotiate, right? Customers, they try to negotiate. So they give the quotation. So not only internet, if you are purchasing laptop or mobile, first we go to different shops and request for quotation. So wherever you like, so you give opportunity to that particular shop, right? It is also like that. They request for the quotation. If you see the quotation, they quote more, and also the accessories or the service, whatever they are providing is not good, then you won't take. Right? So you won't take, and you don't take, and you go to some other shop, right? So next, if they offer best price, so then you will be interested and you will take the product or the service. Okay. So that means you purchase their product or the service. Internet means service. So if I buy a laptop, that is a product. Once after taking the service or after buying a product, the next level is post sales. It is not the ending. After buying a mobile or laptop, if there is some problem, immediately we call to customer care, right? So after taking internet connection, if it is not working, again we submit a case, right? So those are part of the post sales activities. So if there is any problem with the product or the service, we try to call the customer care. For our problem, they create a case. Also within the timeline, it can be based on the type of case. It can be within hours, or so if it is internet, within that day they should resolve, right? If it is a laptop, there is a problem with the mobile screen, laptop screen or something, they need to complete that service within 3 days. Like that, service level agreements will be there. So your problem will be created as a case. So once it is resolved, they will mark it as resolved, and also they ask for the customer feedback. So how is the service, all those things, right? And also support representatives, once after resolving the problem, so they store that solution somewhere, so that in future if the similar kind of problem comes, that time they can look into that solution and easily rectify that, right? So we have solutions, we have knowledge articles to help. Sometimes if there is some problem, first we search in online, right? So suppose there is a problem with the laptop operating system, right? I have genuine operating system along with my laptop. I have a problem. First we search in Google. If you find some help article, that too, that particular company, they maintain one of the database for the problems and solutions, right? So Dell laptop, so problem with the OS. If you type like that, you'll see some of the articles, right? Those are knowledge articles. They make some of the articles to public. By seeing that ourselves, we can resolve our issue, right? So such kind of process we call as post sales activities. So CRM is this process, starting from introducing the product or service into market until the ending. So what is happening in each and every stage, to capture that, there should be a proper application. So maybe you can say that I maintain everything in the Excel, right? I can maintain different tabs and I can maintain in Excel. After 5 years, so Airtel company, they have internet. After 5 years, they want to see each and every year what is the revenue growth, right? So they want to know. So every year January, what is the sales? So they want like that. So reporting is the main problem, right? So reporting, and also security. So as part of the Airtel, hundreds of thousands of employees work for that company, right? So to manage the security, who can see which data, right? To manage all those things, we need application. So either it's Salesforce or any other CRM application. So previously, most of the times clients used CPL CRM, but CPL was like offline. That means, so it is not in internet, right? So they need to install and access. But nowadays, all the companies, they are providing cloud-based platforms. Salesforce is one of the first company which is providing the cloud-based CRM application. Okay, so that is about the CRM process. Okay, about CRM process, any questions, anyone so far? So that is one of the service provided by
Hello.
Salesforce.
Hey, hi SrinuSFDC this side. I have a question.
Yes.
You said like cloud computing, like that somebody has raised some requirement. We want cloud. We recruiting from cloud computing and all. How we explore ourselves for this requirement? That as an Salesforce developer, am I eligible for those requirement, or they have to be specific that in which platform really they want the employee or the developer or anyone? Because I'm a bit confused with the cloud computing, because Salesforce again is a platform which is in the cloud. I understood that point, but somebody says that we are recruiting as a cloud computing people, right? So what exactly their need? How we can understand that?
Yeah, so just I am asking one question. Programming, right? What do you know about programming? What is the programming? Programming means, so anything we write the code, we compile, execute, we give some data as input so that it will give the result. So programming is a generic definition, right? We write set of statements, compile, execute, get the result. So if I say I'm working on programming, right? Next question, which programming? Programming means a set of statements we execute, get the result. But which programming you are working? So there are some companies who provide the programming languages, right? So language to language, you see different syntax. In the same way, cloud computing is a definition. It is like everything we use in internet. Such kind of process, that concept, they call as cloud computing, right? So I'm using one of the application, Facebook application. Without internet, we cannot access. As soon as we have internet from anywhere, we can access, right? That is one of the example. So we can also develop the application directly. As soon as you have internet, log in and develop, right? As soon as you have internet, you can access the hardware. Whatever the 1 terabyte you purchase from Dropbox, you can, if you have internet, you can log in and see the information, right? So cloud computing is a definition, right? Everything we do in internet, such kind of definition concept we call as cloud computing, right? So on programming, there are different companies. Microsoft is one of the company. They are providing .NET, right? And so now Oracle is providing Java, right? So different companies, they are providing different programming languages. In the same way, Salesforce is one of the software company. By following the cloud computing concept, they are providing some kind of services. Okay, if you start working on the Salesforce platform, we work only related to Salesforce product or Salesforce platform, whatever it offers. Only sorry, only on top of that we work. Suppose if someone asks you to provide 1 terabyte, distribute 1 terabyte, right? Something like that. If they ask, so Salesforce product is not providing such kind of option, right? So there are some other companies, Dropbox, Google, Amazon. So those are the companies providing hardware as a service. Those companies they are, right? So ultimately, there are many companies providing different types of services by using the cloud computing concept. Salesforce is mainly famous for CRM application, providing CRM application in the cloud, and also providing platform for that. Amazon is famous for providing hardware servers to different companies, right? So they are number one in hardware services. Okay, it is like that. Okay.
Okay, but still my question is again there only, if somebody has raises any requirement for cloud computing, how we can configure out that am I eligible for that or not?
First of all, what is the requirement? Right?
So Srini,
So we have to ask them, right?
Srini, this is Venkat. I think if I understand her question right, when she talk about cloud computing, right, is she trying to get the infrastructure and configure that, or I mean, you know, that we call that as cloud, you know, things, so cloud compute too. So if you are talking about hardware configuration, right, that's a different story. So
I mean,
Exactly.
So the thing is, she's saying the requirement, right? So I'm not sure what is the requirement they are getting, right? So if it is about the hardware, so Salesforce is not into infrastructure as a service. So any client, if they register with Salesforce, they also provide the server space, but so they don't sell the server space as per someone needs. Suppose I want only 1 terabyte memory from Salesforce, they won't give. Okay.
so, yeah,
But
I
as
think
part
Srini,
of the,
I think you got that one, right? So for her question, if it is a hardware related configuration things, then Salesforce is not the platform.
so
It is more,
So if someone wants only hardware, so Salesforce is not going to provide. Okay. So, but as part of the
But as per my understanding or as per my knowledge on Salesforce has one feature of infrastructure as a service.
so suppose
You
say
just said that Salesforce does not provide that. You know, you just said that. But as per my understanding and whatever I have read on Salesforce has one feature as a infrastructure as a service.
okay. So
Because that's how Salesforce, make it available so that people store there something. At least we write code, right? In Apex and Visual, we write code.
So,
Somewhere we used to save it.
So here my point is, I'm one of the client. I want only hardware, right? I want only hardware. I want 1 terabyte of hardware. Salesforce won't provide that, right?
Okay.
When they provide hardware, so when you register as a client, when you register for one of the application, the CRM application, there are different clouds: Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud. So if you register for one of the application, as part of the onboarding process, as part of that application, since you are using their application, they provide the application, and also they provide the platform, and also they provide the hardware to manage that application, to store the data. Right? So along with the application, it will come. So not specially, not dedicated.
Got the point. Yeah.
I think great answer, Srini. Great answer. So if it is specific thing to, if it is specific thing to only hardware, then that's Salesforce is not the platform.
Yeah, for that Amazon is there. We should, trouble
exactly,
Amazon
exactly.
only.
You got it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Srini.
And I have a question, Srini.
Yeah.
The Salesforce application we can't use for any other service provider like AWS, Azure, or Google Cloud. We can't use, right? Will you only use for Salesforce Cloud only for Salesforce application?
But we can do integrations with all other platforms. Okay. So maybe one of the client, if you see, right, any client, if you see, they use different applications for different business modules. Okay. So maybe one of the client, they are using Salesforce for CRM. Maybe the same client might use SAP for ERP, right? Might use .NET platform for some other business module, right? So for their accounting related to their company, they might be using some other platform. Right? So we do integrations with those platforms.
Okay. And I have one more question. Like, so I am the commerce side. So Salesforce Commerce we can integrate with SAP CRM or any other CRMs we can integrate, or only Salesforce CRM we can integrate with, like order management, OMS.
Yeah, so but I'm not going to explain about Commerce Cloud. So actually, Salesforce company nowadays they are acquiring many companies. Okay, so they acquired one of the company called Demandware and Cloudcraze. Both are the commerce-based companies. Okay.
Yes, yeah. Previously demand were little, now it's Salesforce one. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So, but as part of this course, we are not going to discuss about the Commerce Cloud. Okay, so that is a
Okay.
different concept. Okay, that is
Mhm.
like a different cloud, Commerce Cloud.
Okay.
So and also here I'm saying market. In this picture you are seeing marketing. So Salesforce they introduced marketing cloud. That is again a completely different platform they introduced. Okay, so as part of this course, so we are not going to discuss those. Okay, so those are into different expertise. Okay, so just understand.
Okay.
And about that integration, whatever you are asking, I'm not sure about how the Commerce Cloud works. Okay, so I don't have any experience on
Okay.
the Commerce
Mhm.
part or
So
marketing cloud part.
only CRM perspective you can explain here. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Only CRM you can explain here, or any other products as well with this course.
See, as part of the CRM, you see sales module, service, and the marketing. And the marketing recent years, they made it as a completely different cloud, marketing cloud. So there are different meanings for marketing. Okay, again, they have one of the product called Paradot marketing cloud. Those are into different clouds. Okay.
Okay.
So as part of this course, we are not discussing that. And most of the projects related to CRM, if you are working, it's not that we should know about those. Yes, that is a different expertise. Okay. And also
Okay, fine.
for that, for this whatever CRM applications I'm going to explain, we can register for free, and it is lifetime with you, and you can configure, you can practice, you can do everything. But the special marketing cloud or the Commerce Cloud, there is no free version to register.
Yeah, understood. Yeah.
Practice. So that is license based. Again, if at all, if someone is explaining to you, if someone is offering, so they should have that license for the Commerce Cloud or Marketing Cloud. So the license fee is very high. Okay,
Yeah,
when
yeah.
compared to applications. So just understand, we are going to discuss about this CRM related modules. Okay.
So that is
Okay.
Sales Cloud, right?
Yeah, Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, and marketing also we say, but the Marketing Cloud meaning is changed due to since they introduced a completely different platform. Okay, but marketing module also is there as part of the CRM. Okay. So any other questions before starting with this platform as a service?
Hi Srini, this is Srikanth.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes,
the
please.
commerce is yeah. You said that commerce is different and CRM is different. Okay, so here the same code we will use for the commerce, or this is completely different. We are using some different language for this. The coding part.
Yeah, that also I don't know, since because I did not work on that, so I'm not sure. So what is the programming they are using? Okay.
Okay.
Because the point is here, Salesforce company nowadays they are acquiring many companies. Okay. So they also acquired MuleSoft, right? MuleSoft is a middleware to like Tipco and so Delboomi, Caster and like that. Okay. And it's not that as a Salesforce so resource we should know about MuleSoft, right? It is a different technology, but Salesforce company acquired that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So any other questions? So yeah, so they are offering two types: software as a service, Salesforce CRM applications. We discussed about that CRM process. Now Force.com. So as part of this platform, we are going to configure. So whatever the standard applications are there, so all those standard applications we can configure as per the client requirements. Okay, some of the requirements by configuring we can achieve, but some of the requirements even with the configuration tools whatever Salesforce provides, with that we cannot achieve. So that time we need to go with the development. Okay, so as part of this Salesforce, if you see here, if you any client if they register with Salesforce, so especially no need to maintain any hardware from their side. Okay, once they register, immediately they get the server space as part of the license, and in the cloud they can create multiple users. Again, it is user based license per user. Suppose say $300 per month, right? Billing is yearly. They say like that. So if one of the company they need 300 users, they need to purchase 300 users license, and they need to pay on yearly basis. So it is like that. And also the advantage when compared to other technologies. So since it is cloud, no maintenance from our side, especially in case of any new version of the software, they will automatically update. From our side, no need to do anything. Suppose say if you are using .NET, so if some new version is there, so dedicated resources should be there to upgrade to new .NET version. Lot of maintenance will be there. But here, since it is a cloud based, if they introduce any new version, automatically it will be upgraded. Sometimes if you log into Facebook, suddenly you will see new features, right? In the same way, Salesforce also, since it is cloud, as soon as one day you log in, you start seeing new features, right? It is like that, no maintenance, and security will be taken care by the Salesforce. So security and all, if you are developing some other web applications, security is a important factor, right? That will be taken care by the Salesforce, and also they provide options. If there are 1,000 users using the application, who can see which application, who can access which data, all those things can be configurable. They provide configuration options. We can configure and so that we can differentiate with the security for the different users. And also database, they give inbuilt database. Whatever the data we store, it stores in the Salesforce database. Again, especially no need to integrate with the database, all those things. Okay? Inbuilt database. So no need to install anything. No minimum hardware requirement. As soon as you have internet, if you can open the application, so then that is sufficient. Okay. So these are the advantages. So that's why anywhere it is available and less maintenance, people are looking for cloud-based this kind of technology. Okay. So versions, they release in general 3 versions yearly for sure. In some softwares you don't see frequent releases. They don't know when they release, right? For sure yearly they release 3 versions: winter, spring, and summer. So winter 20 is the year, right? Now spring 20 is going on. 20 is the year, right? After summer 20, upcoming release is summer 20. So after that again winter 21 will come. It is like that. Every 4 months there is a new release. So when they release new version, they will update automatically. So that is about that. Also, most of the questions on Salesforce platform, is it only for CRM applications? No. Any web application we can develop. So it is mainly famous for CRM. If some of the clients, they don't want CRM, but they want to manage their, suppose some of the examples of the university, they want to manage their admissions process, right? So that is also maybe CRM. Suppose if they don't want standard applications, that is also fine. We can also develop the custom applications which are not CRM related. Suppose recruitment. So one of the company, to manage their recruitment process, they want one application. recruitment is not related to CRM. It is non-CRM application. Those also can develop. Leave management, right? Different applications also we can develop. Any web application and also mobile applications also we can develop with the Salesforce platform. Okay. So just understand this. And so next, based on the type of editions, when any client register with Salesforce, you see different types of editions. Unlimited edition means as part of the CRM. So there is marketing, there is sales, there is service. They categorize the CRM into 3 different applications: sales and marketing and the service. So all those will be part of this unlimited edition. Suppose say one of the client is interested for only sales cloud, right? They can purchase, they can only go with that sales cloud license. They can only go with the service cloud license, right? So like that. Okay. So enterprise edition. So difference between enterprise and unlimited edition, right? So in unlimited edition, so the number of tables we create, number of applications we create, you see more limits when compared to enterprise. In enterprise, there will be some limitations on creating number of applications, so number of tables like that. Okay, that is the difference. So based on the need, clients, but mostly, so as an employee with 6 years experience, 7 years experience, we don't deal with this. So most of the times, product team, high level team, they deal with this. But if you have basic idea, it will be good. And also now here you are seeing one of the website, login.salesforce.com. If any client register with Salesforce, once after having the account, so they need to visit this website, log into Salesforce and access the application. Okay. So, and since we don't have more time, tomorrow I'm going to explain about the development lifecycle, Salesforce project development lifecycle. So how the project starts. So I'm new with Salesforce platform. So one of the client, they want to start newly with the Salesforce platform, right? How they approach, right? How they register with the proper edition. Once after registering, so what will happen? What is the process? So they want a license for 3,000 users, right? So all those things, end to end, we discuss in our tomorrow's session. Since we don't have time, I don't want to stop in middle. So we'll start that tomorrow. And also many affiliated websites are there. So when you are working for a service-based company, the process is different. And also on Salesforce platform, some of the companies, they develop products. Product-based company, they work on products. So if you see in Android platform, you see different applications. Different companies, they develop different applications, right? iOS platform also, different companies, by using that platform, they develop different application based on their idea. In the same way, for Salesforce platform also, some of the product-based companies, they develop the applications. So that process, everything we discuss tomorrow. Okay. So before ending today, so far any questions, anyone?
Yeah, hi Srinu, this is Sumit here. I have just one like a basic question. So, like for the Salesforce development, is it necessary to have a coding background, or any individual can learn this development side of Salesforce?
Yeah. So I say anyone can learn, right? So because whoever comes to me, so most of the times I see many different people, right? I'm giving training from more than 6 years. Okay. So people from civil background, right? People from biotechnology, different backgrounds, right? So as soon as you have degree, as soon as you have any valid degree, even someone have a computer background in their studies, I did not see that they know, right? So in studies, while studying, so somehow people by heart and they don't learn properly, right? So if you have degree, so just you can learn this course. As part of this course, explain about the basics from starting. So what is a program? I don't know about what is program. In program, you see different lines. So those things, what we call that technically. From there we start, and slowly we understand all the basics and understand the concepts related to this. And also, don't many people they ask, should I learn Java before joining this course? No, don't learn. If you learn it again, there is a confusion, right? So we don't use this here. Also, we use OOPS concepts. One of the programming language supports object-oriented programming concepts. So most of the all modern languages, Java, .NET, supports OOPS concepts. Here also we use OOPS concepts, but we start from very basic, right? So if you don't know about other programming, so just leave it. Just focus on this course. We'll learn from basics to advanced. Okay.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Srinu. I think it was very well presented.
Yeah. So and also tomorrow also it is continuation, right? It's not that again I'm going to repeat the same session tomorrow. So some people they are thinking that
Shrinu, one question.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Shrinu, one question.
Yes.
You have just written 3 points over here, 1, 2, and 3. So as I want to go with the Lightning and an LWC, so in which program I have to register?
So yeah. So I mean, so as part of this course, I am offering these 3, right? It is up to the candidate.
Oh, this is complete. Okay.
Okay. So someone they want only admin, right? So they can only continue admin. So someone they want admin plus development, you can continue. If you want to join for both all the 3, you can join, right? So it is your wish. We have 3 modules, but what I am saying is you can stop with admin. Maybe in US and some countries still without admin you can get some jobs, but directly learning development is not possible. Prerequisite is admin. Directly learning Lightning is not possible. The prerequisite is you should know admin.
People, if they are comfortable with platform development, right? That classic and development like Visual Force and Apex part. So, what would be your suggestion to register for?
Yeah, so if you are already know about the Visual Force or whatever the development, so integration and everything, you can directly
not
continue.
Integration, not integration part, but just
Okay.
for the classic one, as a platform development, you can say as a classic for admin as well as development for Apex and obviously Visual Force.
But,
So for
yeah, you know
those
about
people,
so you know
I know
about Apex
about
language,
Apex.
Visual
Yes,
Force,
I know about it.
Batch
Yes,
Apex, Apex triggers, all those things, you know.
yes.
Okay, so in that case you can go with this, but the thing is, as part of this, I'm not explaining about integration. Okay, integration is by default I'm covering here. Okay, so maybe I'm also planning to explain about this integration at the end of this development, so that people, if someone they want to attend both integration and Lightning, so maybe you can opt for those 2 modules. Okay.
So that second one is development is regarding Apex and Visual Force. It's for Lightning only. I mean that auto component and all.
So mainly about Apex, Apex triggers, batch Apex, right? So different types of Apex classes, Visual Force, and so all those things, and basics. I'm also explaining about the basics. Okay, but end-to-end concepts I'll explain here as part of this full-fledged course. Okay.
So here, okay, the third one, correct? That would be the full-fledged course. Okay. Except the classic part.
Yes.
Srinu, I have a question.
Hi, Srinu. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I've already gone through this. I'm looking for the practical knowledge about the Apex concepts as well as the admin. So, what is the arrangement for that?
So
I've already read about the theoretical concepts and all, and I'm also from programming background. So I'm really looking for some projects actually, starting from day one.
Okay, so see, as part of this training, okay, so I take the requirements and based on the requirements, I explain the concepts. It's not that I explain one of the example without any requirement, right? So I'm going to take one of the project and some set of requirements. So to achieve that requirements in that process, so what are the different concepts we need to use? Where to use, suppose say process builder, where to use approval. So like that I explain. So it is mostly practical, right? So maybe as part of this demo, since I need to explain about the platform basics, I'm explaining like this. But once we start with the so core concepts, so throughout administration, I'm going to configure, discuss about the requirements and what is the best way we can achieve that requirement. In such a way, I explain.
Like,
Okay. So yeah, if you want the really projects, I also give the assignments to work on the projects. Okay.
No, like any particular real-time projects will be explained here.
See, real time in the sense on day-to-day basis, right? I'm working from more than 7 years, right? So real time in the sense, whatever the application I take, that is also real application, but I take some different title. Since I cannot reveal my client name here, so what I'll do, I take some name, right? I'll say JHU University, right? And I take the requirements and explain. But really, I worked for one of the university, but that university I don't reveal here because right? So we should not reveal
That is what
client information.
I understand. We don't like unlike
So that's what I'm saying. The real requirements in projects, in most of the projects, whatever we work, in such a way, I take the requirements and explain. It's not that so it is something useless after this course, right? Somewhere while working for our project, you will see such kind of requirement, right? In such a way. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And also, if you have any other questions, we'll continue tomorrow. Okay, so I have some other session now. Tomorrow also it is continuation, right? I'm not going to repeat the same thing. I'll continue with this tomorrow, day after tomorrow, right? So after that, we'll start with the again continuation. I'm just giving first 3 sessions as like you can see the course and you can understand. So whether it is suitable to you or not further. Okay. We'll continue tomorrow. Any questions? So before starting tomorrow, we'll discuss. Thank you.